Oh, good morning. How you doing? This is 1100 WSG. I'm Michele LaVern. This is One Street Over. Oh, it's Tuesday, and we're getting super close to the end of school, and I got to tell you, I don't think I could get any busier. Michelle, and you're going to have to say your last name for me. I'm going to just butcher it. And what did you tell them your last name?
Galluzzi.
And you are the supervisor for HR.
That's correct.
Okay, with schools. And so we've been sitting here chit-chatting about all the things going on because, man, I had no idea how busy the end of the school year could be. And really last year, this is my first year. Mm-hmm. And so this year, and so I guess I was a deer in the headlights still last year, and I'm still a little bit of that. But I'm starting to I'm really excited about next year already.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting my bearings, and I'm like, okay, that didn't work. Let's do this. And you just have to do that. That's right. Have to go through those things. And so I'm just, I'm so excited about some of the things we're finishing up here at the end of the year. But then I'm like, I don't have my seniors after Friday, and I'm just going to miss them something terrible. Yeah. Because some of these kids I've had the entire time I've been teaching. Yeah. And to me, it's just like, I'm sorry, there's so much emotion right now because these kiddos, some of them I got, and they were just going into their junior year. And as far as they were concerned, it was forever before they were going to graduate. And now they're launching into adulthood. And they're kind of deer in the headlights. They're going, some of them are super excited, and some of them are just going, I don't know if I'm ready for this, But it's just so cool to watch them, and I'm going to miss them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to miss them. The kids that I had last year that I got close to and I haven't seen since, One popped in one day for a visit at an event, and I was in the middle of 2 or 3 things and didn't get a chance to really talk to her. And, it's just, it's hard because you build these relationships. And I'll let you talk now.
No, I was just going to say that's what makes a good teacher is building those relationships. I think that's the best part of the career, but also what makes you the best teacher.
Well, thank you. Mm-hmm. And I love them so much. I have my educational program that I'm doing, right? Yeah. And because, my husband and I both are teaching, and we have to take an EPP. They don't just throw career people in. They think, they're just tired of all these career folks. They have to teach us to teach, and they need to, because it's difficult. It's a lot.
It's more than you think.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is because we have things we have to take care of with the state and all of those things. Right. But nonetheless, so we're in our educational preparedness programs, and I had to do something. They've had us record ourselves a few times teaching. Yeah. And so I recorded myself the other day and submitted it for my homework. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, no. And I'm critiquing myself. Yes. And they wanted to have my reflection on it. And it just hit me that in broadcasting, I've been a broadcaster since 1980. Mm-hmm. Broadcasters never have a career if they don't air check themselves to get better. Yeah. Because if you don't, somebody will be there to replace you. You have to listen to yourself to get better. Yeah. It's just part of it. And I thought, we need to do that as teachers too.
Right. I know it's hard to do, but it's so meaningful.
Yeah, we need to have classroom air checks. I told them, and I don't know if they got the point of it, but I was like, I did it for my career as a broadcaster to keep my job, but now let's do it for the kids, And so I thought I need to air check. I need to classroom air check myself more, and so anyway, it's been meaningful. But Michele is here to talk to us about Teacher Appreciation Week.
That's right. Yeah. We're so excited. Teachers need to be appreciated all the time, but this is a week set aside especially for that. And just like you said, it's a busy time of year. Wrapping up the school year, lots of mixed emotions, like you were talking about, missing your students, especially those who are going to be graduating and going on to their careers, but also thinking about the excitement of next year. I know when I was a classroom teacher, this is my 32nd year in education.
Wow.
I know.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Only my second year in HR. So I started off as a classroom teacher for 17 years. Then I was a administrator, assistant principal and principal for 9 years. And
were you at Greenbrier? Where were you?
Greenbrier Elementary.
Okay, because I interviewed with somebody at high school that kind of reminds me. There was somebody that she's not there now.
Okay.
But I mean, Dr. Osborne was there, but then there were several
assistants.
And I'm just thinking, was that you?
Yeah, it might have been Miss Raines.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, we both have like.
I just met her that one time is all I've ever seen her.
So. But so only my second year in HR.
Okay.
So I'm definitely a teacher at heart. But I remember those days of finishing up the year, but already starting to plan for the upcoming year. And I think that's really one of the things that is unique about our career is we get to start over every single year.
Yes.
Most careers don't have that.
No.
You just keep doing the same job over and over and over again, but we get to start over every year. So it's really exciting.
With new kids too. Yeah. That's one of the things I was telling as we're doing the news and we're having so much fun with it. And I've got several that are just very good at it. And I've got 2 seniors that are great news anchors, and they're leaving. And I've got several several juniors and sophomores that are just excellent as well. So they're coming up, but we need many.
That's right.
Because, we want to have, several of them. I've been letting my 2 that are leaving mostly do the news here in the last couple of weeks. But at the freshman orientation, I met several that if I can get them into AV, if I can get them into the broadcast class, I had put them in front of a camera and we had a green screen and a monitor, and I had them just read a script. I was like, "Ooh, I need you in my class."
Oh, that's amazing! That's wonderful.
So yeah,
I've already got me.
I've got my eye on a couple of kiddos that are coming in, and it's almost really in this program. It's like you kind of scope out your athletic talent.
Yeah.
You really
do. Recruit for your class.
Yes.
I've heard Mr. Gregory, who's over CTE, talk about that many times.
You have to.
Yeah, because you want them to be a part of that program and do all the classes so they can graduate with that focus.
Well, and it's not even, I mean, that's one thing about what we're doing with audio video production is I'm very clear with my kiddos how hard it is to make a living. It is like being an actor. I mean, it's just the truth. Now, if you're the tech side of it, you go into, being more in the person that's on the computer doing the technology. But if you're wanting to be the person in front of the camera, you have to have some real hard reality on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I may have talked a few of them out of going into it, and not I said, let it be what you do as a side job.
Yeah.
But you got to make a living.
Right.
And so I told them, I said, that's one thing I hope that they see is we're mapping out the kids that go into this. There's going to be a lot of them. They're going to be doing some broadcasting. They're going to be doing some things with media on the side.
Right.
Because because I've told them the reality of it.
Yeah.
And I've got one who has been in movies, Alex Maddox. He's going to be an EMT.
Oh, wow.
But he still loves the video and the editing and all the things that are along with that. So he could
do both.
So I told him, I said, make a good living and you can do the things you love and not be trying to go from paycheck to paycheck and not being able to pay your bills. I have another young girl. She's not in my class, but she's a talented actress and she wants to be a voice actress.
Oh,
but
wow.
She's brilliant. And I told her, I said, be an engineer because she's geared to that.
Yeah.
And I said, then you can afford to do all those things. And who knows, you might be the one who can make a career at it, but you got to make a living.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I hope that's what I'm supposed to be teaching them.
Well, it's exciting to hear about these really talented students.
So we've got kids that
I know.
Just so talented.
Isn't it exciting to be a part of?
Yes.
And look at you coming from a different career into education.
I love it. I tell everybody, my husband and I both, we retired into teaching. Mm-hmm. We retired into teaching.
That's wonderful.
And could not be more excited about everything. We do. I mean, we say our prayers every morning. We're like, I can't believe we get to do this.
Well, and it's exciting too that they're coming up with new pathways to get people maybe in a less traditional route into the classroom. Yeah. Like you said, going through your program through school, but you're already teaching. You don't have to finish it first. You can go ahead and start teaching.
Yes.
While you're doing it.
I'm doing my education stuff while I'm running to Murfreesboro. So
we've hired quite a few people with permits and job embedded licenses. We have a program now that I'm really excited about called Grow Your Own.
Yes.
We will have 34 participants in that in the fall, and that is through a collaborative with Austin P and Vol State, and people are hired by our district, and they're assigned to a teacher for 3 years. And
that's cool.
And then they're taking all their classes while they're doing it and getting paid in the district and through a grant with our partners with the university. Everything is paid for them. Their tuition, their books, their practice assessments, everything.
That's amazing.
Isn't it? And then when they graduate, they will agree to work with us for at least 3 years. We hope that they'll stay with us forever.
Yeah.
But because of our investment, they agree to work for us. And we have 6 who will graduate in August and be teachers for us.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
And if you go to the graduations right now at the colleges and see that there has been a real shift, real shift in the education graduates, you see that you've got to come up with some alternatives. You just got to.
Yeah, thinking outside the box. We have one student talking about just real successful people. She graduated from Springfield High School last May. Mm-hmm. She had taken enough dual enrollment classes while she was in high school. She already had her associate's degree. She entered our Grow Your Own program. She's graduating this August and will be a teacher for us in the fall in 1 year. Like she literally went from high school graduation last year to college graduation this year.
What does she teach? I'm curious.
Kindergarten, thank goodness.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to say, that close in age in high school might be a little problematic, but nonetheless, I think, you see those things.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's fabulous.
And, on another note, so she's been assigned to a kindergarten teacher this whole year. Her kindergarten teacher went out on maternity leave, and she was able to take over the class. Oh. And the principal said it's the smoothest transition they've ever had when someone had to be out on leave, because this, she has been in there all year long.
I just think,
and it's been good for her too to get to kind of spread her wings all by herself.
That is just wonderful.
Isn't that a great story?
That is so cool, and to be able to teach that. So these folks don't realize that we have this available with the having their associates. We've got 4 at Greenbrier that are getting their associate's degree before their high school diploma.
It's amazing.
One of the girls that I'm super close to, Mackenzie Wood, she is doing that, and because she was in one of my classes early on, they had, because when they'll bring a career teacher in, and while you're kind of getting acclimated and they're building the program, you might teach something that's not within the specific things that you are expert in. You'll have something that you can do to help out and stuff. And so that's how I got to know Mackenzie, because she's not in broadcasting at all. And so I have had the pleasure of watching her these last couple of years grow through her. And there's been a couple of times, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, Ms. Vivio. And she came in she came in last week. I'm done. I've got it. I'm so proud of her. Proud of her. But
there are that's great. A lot of opportunities out there. I went to Greenbrier High School probably about a month ago now and talked to the TAPS program, Teaching as a Profession. Yes. And one of the students in that program emailed me afterwards, and she's going to be in our Grow Your Own program in the fall. I had heard so that's really exciting. Just bridging this gap. How can we literally grow our own into teachers?
It's amazing.
It is. It's wonderful.
It's just if you've never done this, you just have no idea how rewarding it is. And it's different. But, and I guess there's my husband has several. Well, let's see, he has 2 siblings that have taught, so he's kind of got it in his blood. And then I started out as a teaching major.
Oh, really?
I started out as a teaching major at Free Hardeman,
Uh-huh.
and in 1980, and but because of the broadcast bug biting me,
Sure.
I switched over, and my parents were like, "What?" But it's been a blessing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've come full circle. I really do.
Yeah.
And I talked to Dr. Causey a lot about this, and that's been the opportunities I had with him, talking with him, really helped keep it in my mind that this is something that I wanted to look into.
Yeah.
And so when they wanted to do the audio video program, they gave me a shout, and I was like, "Yeah, this is great." So
That's
it's
exciting.
perfect timing. So what else do we need to, as far as Teacher Appreciation Week? What can we expect for teachers? Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. I think that every school does different things. Of course, recognizing teachers. Community partners. I know the church that I go to is sponsoring a luncheon at one of our local schools. PTO programs usually try to sponsor either breakfast or lunches. I had a call last week from a credit union and wanted to know how many teachers were in every building because they wanted to send special treats to them. So I think it's great. Robertson County is a great place to live and to work. We really do a nice job of taking care of each other. I think that if you have kiddos at home and you can even just send a little note to a teacher. I know, like I said, I was a classroom teacher for a long time. Those kind of things mean so much. Yeah. And it is kind of a hectic time of the year. You're winding things up. There's a lot of paperwork that goes along with the end of the year. Students are getting a little rambunctious. We've just kind of finished up our teaching, or excuse me, the testing season. Yeah. And so a lot of them are ready for summer. Yeah. And so, to just show for parents to show teachers how much they appreciate them, it goes a long way.
I've kept every one of my notes.
Yeah.
That I've got.
I have a whole big file folder. I do too.
File folder full of things where students have written me little notes, or we have a thing, You Inspire Me. I can't say enough about Miss Grimes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What an amazing woman.
Yes, she's wonderful.
The Renaissance program that she leads is just amazing, because one of the pieces of that is they will give, they reward you for your academics. And so if you have a certain GPA, you get this card that's a reward card where you can get a snack from a teacher, or maybe you can not take a quiz, something that the teacher agrees to, that they'll let you opt out. But to get that card, you have to write a note to a teacher about how they inspire you, or a staff member, some kind of staff faculty, I can't say, the staff or faculty that they have. Yeah. So you have to write a note, You Inspire Me, to get your little reward card. And I've gotten a few of those, and I've kept every one of them. They're just the sweetest things. Yeah. They do the honorary diplomas in association with Renaissance, and I just was blown away. It's just the coolest thing.
Yeah, that's a real emotional time. Yeah, to see all of them, come in. When I was the principal of an elementary school, the high school seniors would come through and thank their elementary teachers. Oh my goodness, start crying thinking about it. Yeah, it was just
absolutely.
Yeah. But it is exciting to think that even the kindergarten teachers are a part of the journey for someone graduating from high school, and for them to come back and recognize those teachers from their past. It's very emotional.
Well, and I told mine, I had several seniors, I don't know what to put on my diploma, I got to write this. And I said, what about, some of your middle school or elementary teachers? And then they'd go, oh, and they said, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, you can. You get on a bus and you go over to the schools. I said, you absolutely can.
It's wonderful.
And I said, if that's the person that just really, sticks in your heart, I said, write it to them. I said, you talk about meaningful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be something they would treasure, to have a senior come back all those years later and say, you really made a difference.
Oh, well, let me tell you, like being in this for 32 years, my kids make fun of me. I can't go anywhere without seeing someone that I've taught in the past, but it means so much to me when they say, oh, you were my 6th grade English teacher, that happened just this weekend. And of course, they look a lot different 30 years later.
Like, who are you?
I know. And I'm like, just remind me of your name, but it's wonderful just to feel like you've been a part of leading them towards their successful life. They're running businesses. One of our school board members was one of my former students. I'm like, oh gosh, now he's like my boss,
That's great. I love it. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful.
So much fun. Yeah, it's just the neatest thing. And I just, have we convinced you that you want to be a teacher? How are we doing as far as staff wise? Do we have a lot of openings? Where are we in that regard?
So right now is prime hiring season.
Yes.
And people are retiring. I think we have about 35 people retiring this year, both teachers and classified staff, and we'll be honoring them next week at our board meeting.
Okay.
Of course, people move and change, things happen, and so we do have resignations at this time of the year, but we're posting those on the website. And anyone, first of all, if you have a teacher license, we absolutely want to talk to you. But there are other options. If you have a bachelor's degree, there are many things that you can teach with a bachelor's degree and have up to 3 years. That's kind of like what you're doing to get your license. And we have some partners that we can get you connected with to help you get your license. We also always need substitute teachers. We also need we always need classified staff. Those would be people who don't necessarily have a college degree but want to work in the school system. I just encourage you to look on our website. All of our positions are posted, or to give our office in HR a call. We'd be glad to connect you with anybody who still has a need. But like I said, this is really the time now as things are being posted and we're filling different vacancies.
Well, and I know whenever they created they knew about this time of the year. I had attended the job fair.
Wonderful, yeah.
And
we just hosted
that's what opened the door for me. Yeah. I had gone to the job fair with the intent of becoming an ELL teacher.
Okay.
I have a history with ESL.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And so I was going to, and I had picked Springfield because they start at 8:30, and I do radio from 7 to 8. And so I was like, I'll just go teach at Springfield. They need an ELL teacher, and I'll go back and get my certification to teach ELL. And so I had met with Principal Staggs at the time. He was there. And so I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I'd start talking to colleges and different ones. And nobody had hired me yet, but I thought that's my best option. And then I get a phone call from Dr. Osborne about this career option. And of course, I was like, I think that's easier for me to do and a little more. And honestly, too, as I've gotten to know some of the ELL teachers, being bilingual is very helpful.
Yeah.
And in ESL, they don't necessarily, you don't have to be bilingual because that encourages them to learn. And so I'm definitely where I need to be. But it was this time, what my point was, I'm sorry I went down a rabbit hole, but my point was I went to the job fair, and it was right about this time that they hired me 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I started, when is the first day? If you get hired right now, your first day is when? I forget.
August 4th, if this upcoming year, or 5th, 4th or 5th.
And you start, as far as payroll, you start getting paid. You'll get that first check at the
August 25th.
August 25th. So that's right.
Right.
And that surprised me. I'm like, oh, good. So you're technically, because the year starts, the payroll year kind of starts in July, right?
Correct. So for teachers, your first day would be the first admin day, and I think it's the 4th. I should know that by now, or the 5th.
I think it's the
4th or 5th.
It's that Friday before the kids come back.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then you would start then. You would get your first paycheck August 25th, and then your insurance will start on 9/1. And let me tell you, Robertson County Schools has amazing insurance.
Yes.
We pay 90% of the premium, and so the employee only pays 10%. And that's a huge benefit that a lot of people, especially young people who might still be on their parents' insurance, they might not realize what a cost-effective
You better believe it.
that is. But we also, the governor signed a law last year that the minimum salary schedule would be $50,000 by 2027. Well, our school board really showed how much they value teachers, and they changed it last year. So 3 years ahead of the game. And so our minimum salary scale right now is at $50,000. And that's really about the best in the area.
Yeah.
So when you couple that with our, fantastic insurance, it really is a nice benefit package. So just trying to encourage people.
There you go.
Yeah.
It is.
Robertson County Schools is a place to be.
It really is. I can't say enough about it. And if you're looking for a job, it's like I tell all of my friends, go on, say you want to work at Greenbrier, go on Greenbrier's website and see what they have available, or go to the school site. or go to the Robertson County site and it'll show you the jobs. And
you can search by school.
Yeah, you can search by school, but you can also, you'll see all the different jobs. Yeah. And it might be that maybe there's not an opening in the school you want to be in right now. We'll just get into the system. Right. Get into Robertson County, and that way you can have your eyes. And here's the thing. You may find out, this is where I need to be. I had originally picked Springfield, and I belong at Greenbrier. Yeah. I don't have any doubt. That's home for me, for sure.
Well, and you have a talent that probably most people don't with your broadcasting background. And I think that a lot of people don't really think about that. Like, what am I already really good at? Yeah. There might be a place for you with that specific talent. We had a soldier who got some military leave to come and fill in a health science class because in the Army, he's a medic.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so he, when he retires, that he might want to go back into being a teacher. And so think about those things, especially if you're coming from another career. What do I already know how to do? Yeah. And would love to teach others to be able to do that as well. There might be a place for you in the school system.
Well, and my husband, he is teaching criminal justice. And while he's not worked in law enforcement, he has his master's in it. Mm-hmm. And he's always been a guard. He's always been a licensed armed guard in some regards. And to be a career teacher, you need to have, if you have a degree, like for me, I have a degree with an emphasis in media broadcasting from Lipscomb. But I had it. So with that degree, I would only need a year within the last 8 years full time to qualify me to teach that. And so I had that. Right. But if I had not had the degree, I think I had to have 3 years in the field, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. I'd have to look at
I'd have to look at the particulars. But there's all what we're saying, there's all kinds of pathways. You need to check into it because you might be surprised. You can probably qualify to teach.
And another thing that I just went to the senior job fair where our high school seniors, sometimes, good. Sometimes they don't realize that there are other jobs available, like being a mechanic, HVAC work, plumbers, like all these things. We always need bus drivers. I need to say that for Mr. Heinerman.
Mr. Heinerman. You'd be like, bus driver. He's been going, bus driver.
I know. He always tries to tell me, I'm like, listen, I don't even drive my husband's big truck. You do not want me to drive a bus. But there are lots of other things besides just being a teacher in the school system.
I used to drive one when my kids were in school.
Tell him that.
No, I know. I don't have time. He's already tried. I just absolutely do not have a free second. But we're going to have to wrap it up. I've got Mr. Perry Miears is standing by, and we're going to talk to him. He's one of our sponsors, but he's also just a dear friend, my music teacher, when I get time to get in there and get some music lessons. But so we're going to get Mr. Perry's music in here and feature him here in just a minute. But what are we missing before we say goodbye? What are we missing that we haven't talked about?
Just really want to emphasize the great work that our teachers do, building relationships, going above and beyond. We just recently, like I said, finished up our testing season, and we had so many teachers who kind of went, way beyond what is expected in order to encourage their students to do their best and providing special snacks and building relationships with kids. There was one story that was turned in. Mr. Bellis was kind of collecting some teacher appreciation stories, and, a student that came to Bransford, which is our pre-K school, who was 4 years old and wasn't really talking, wasn't potty trained, and through just like the relationships with the teachers there and the family, got him the services that he needs. He is now in occupational therapy and speech therapy. He's potty trained. He's not drinking from a bottle anymore. And you don't even think about like what the teacher's role is until you hear stories like that.
Incredible.
Another story that was turned in was from one of our local high schools where they put every single student's name up on a board, and then they have all the staff members put dots beside the students that they have relationships with, and then whichever students didn't have a dot beside their name, they took those students and divided them out among the staff.
Well, that's a great idea.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's a great idea.
For students who who kind of like fly under the radar, maybe they're not involved in extracurricular things or have relationships with teachers, maybe they just moved there for whatever reason, didn't really have a relationship with a staff member. They were intentional about.
That's a wonderful
Isn't that
idea.
neat? Oh, it just gives me cold chills to hear stories like this.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's more than just teaching your content. It's about building those relationships and making kids feel comfortable at school. So, and really, that's what encourages kids to do their best.
I love that.
Yeah,
what
I
a
do too.
great idea.
I know.
Honestly, we're going to have to wrap it up.
Okay.
But Michele Galluzzi and Galluzzi?
Galluzzi, that's
Galluzzi,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
And how can they get, anything else that you need to cover, or just, tell them to look at the website, look
Absolutely.
at teachers, thank your teachers, and think about being a teacher.
Yeah, it's teacher appreciation. Just, send little notes. If you have the means to do something special, that's wonderful too. But honestly, just a word of encouragement goes a long way. And if you're interested in working for Robertson County Schools, if you go to the district website and go to the HR page, actually on the homepage, there's a place where job opportunities is listed at the top. You can click on that, see all the different jobs that are available.
And you may just be joining us.
That's right.
Very
I love
soon.
it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
very nice visiting with you.
Same here.
And I'll let you guys make the switch.
Okay.
And Perry will come in. Michelle's going to head out. And I'm going to do one of our ads. So thank you so much for joining us. This is, again, 1100 WSGI. And let's talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards' Exit Prime Realty. Barry and Rebecca Richards' Exit Prime Realty. We can't talk about them right now without talking about the Bluegrass Festival. Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival is coming up May 17th and 18th. You can go ahead and head out. Yeah. While I'm talking, Imperial, come on in. But the Cross Plains, it's going to be up in Cross Plains at Kilgore Park. This is happening again the 17th and 18th of this month. I will be there. Cannot wait. We are so excited. Kilgore Park's just beautiful. If you have not seen what they've done with the barn, they have really kind of revamped the barn. Completely recovered it. They have got the stage switched to where the band, if it starts raining, all you got to do is just turn around. We've got bathrooms out there now. It is just wonderful. And so the Barry and Rebecca will be there for the festival. They're some of the founding sponsors of the festival and great friends of this program. They've been sponsoring us really since the beginning, and they're Cross-Plainians. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, because they're from Kentucky, y'all. And they're just a wonderful couple. If you are wondering about the name change, we've talked a lot about that. They were the Garden Gate team for forever, but then they took the brokerage office that Barry has right here in the downtown square, and then they took the agency office that Rebecca works with up in White House. They combined the two for Exit Prime Realty, a new branch in an already wonderful tree. Exit Prime Realty. Talk to them today if you have any questions. 615-504-7425. 615-504-7425. And please always let them know that U-Turn sent you. Oh, my goodness, my buddy Perry Miears is in the house. How are you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I miss you. I
miss you.
You're so busy, and I'm so busy, and oh, my goodness.
Life is busy, but thanks for having us.
Oh, listen, are you kidding me?
Or us. Katie's sick.
Katie's sick.
Yeah.
But how's things going?
Great.
I'm so
crazy busy.
I'm so glad.
Great, growing, all kinds of good stuff happening.
Good.
Yeah.
So where do we want to start?
Oh my gosh.
I want to start bragging on Aiden Raymer.
Oh yeah, that boy.
Word.
Yeah, he's going to be.
I've got the pleasure of having him in class, and I just love talking to him. And he's so talented and so humble. And I will, people will mention him at school, and I'm like, do you have any idea how good of a guitar player he is? And I have a little video of him from the showcase, and I'll show him.
Oh yeah, good.
And he'll just do this. He's so humble.
Yeah, he is.
But that's just an example of, he was at band camp.
Yeah.
He came to one of the camps, right? Was he one of your students before that, or did he come to the camp?
No, he came to the camp.
Like 3 years ago, wasn't it? 3-4 years ago? Not even that long ago.
It was about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He and Jack and there's a few of them, Wes, they all came to that camp, and they just kind of gravitated toward each other and ended up making a band.
Cronium.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a great name too.
Yeah, it really is. But I love that. Having loved music my entire life and never really excelling at it, the thing that was missing was the peer influence, that camaraderie.
Yeah.
Game changer. Mm-hmm. Because as somebody that grew up in the church class, we didn't get to play instruments and stuff in church. And I don't want to talk about that, but anyway. And I'm a girl, so they didn't let me lead singing. I had no outlet for it.
Oh, yeah.
I had no outlet for it. Now, I would enter talent shows and things like that, and all that did was frustrate me that I couldn't do more of it,
right?
Quite frankly, And so as a kid, I still kind of dabbled in college and did, I'd sit in with a band, or I'd be a part of a band for a little while, and, but I never really had the opportunity to be in the band and to work with some. I work with the Epiphany Praise and Worship Band just on CR night on Tuesday night. April's not there, so I sit in with them, and it's so cool being able to be in that group. I mean, it's just so, I can't be there tonight and I'm going to miss it. I mean, it's one of the best parts of my week, being able just to hang out and do things that I'm 61 years old. I've had a pull and a desire to do this my whole life. And what better way to get your kids? I mean, if that's what God's made them to be, let them be it.
That's right.
Let them be it,
Yes.
man. And what a great way to open it up.
Yeah,
I love it.
And you're saying it right. If you start them, I was just thinking some of the kids like Aiden, they take off and it just becomes their life, and that's what they love to do. And I've got a son that's the same way. Yeah. 2 sons actually that are, but then some of them do it for a little while and go, just not my thing. And that's great too, but at least they get the opportunity to see if that's what their passion is.
Exactly.
And it also helps them, even if they don't take off with it, it helps them develop. I mean, there's all kinds of studies about how it helps learning.
Yes.
It's really, music is amazing.
Well, and my grandson is 7, and I'm getting my knee replaced the week of the camp that he needs to be in, the beginner camp. So I just can't do it this year. But next year, it's a priority.
Well, we'll get you a big couch and let you just lay up on the couch.
Yeah, but I'm getting that Monday, because I looked at it as soon as you put out the beginner camp. I'm like, I'm getting my knee replaced that Monday. But what I'm going to do is he's going to be down here for some this summer and spend some time with us. I'm like, hey Perry, you got some time? Can I bring Rowan in and just let him kind of and just kind of just book a couple hours with you if you have such a thing.
We'll figure it out for you.
But I do.
I need to have you in there too. You too.
Absolutely, because I've got so much I need to do. I've got a project for us because as I'm working with the band myself, I'm trying to put together. I've had a couple of times where the guys have all been out of town and they wanted me to lead worship. I'm just not confident enough to play in front of anybody. And as you can see, I don't have any calluses on my fingers, so I hadn't been playing like I need to. So I've got to get a better structure for practicing and making sure I'm picking my instruments up, whether it be mandolin, guitar. See, I really want you to teach me some stuff on keyboards too. You can play. Is there any instrument that you would not teach?
Yes.
Which?
Any kind of horn.
Okay, all right. Wind instruments.
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm really, stringed instruments like violin and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't. But I do have some young men that want to teach horn.
Okay.
Different types of brass and
you can hook
woodwinds.
them up.
Yeah.
Okay, but everything else he plays. And I've seen him, and it's awesome, and it's just a gift, and you're just very good at it.
I love playing, and I tell people that all the time. I love it. But, I think I found my passion in helping other people in their journey more even than, and I get to play too, what I mean? Because some of the bands are like, hey, our bass player's not here today. I don't know what we're going to do. And I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Let's go. I love that. That's great.
So I get to play a lot.
In.
Yeah. So it's fun.
How good of a drummer are you?
Oh.
I've heard you tap around, but I don't know.
I can get by. If somebody needed a drummer, then
you can get by.
I wouldn't call myself the drummer, but I'd get by.
Would your son say you're a good drummer?
Jace, he's very complimentary, but he's an amazing
Yes,
drummer.
he is. That's why I wanted to see. I'm wondering. Yeah. That's why I went there. Is because I've seen him, and I was like, so what does he say to Dad? Because I know that's not your go-to, and so that's why I was just teasing.
See, that's the whole thing.
Because I figured you got him going. Yeah, Dad, step aside. On the drums.
But he's a real humble guy too. But that's another. I taught him and got him going.
Yeah.
And he passed me, long ago, and I'm glad about that. Yeah. I just love being a part of the journey. Yeah. And so, and then I get some adults that are like, I've been playing a long time, but I need, and guitars where I do a little more advanced stuff with people. So, I get adults all the time, and we'll do a couple of lessons, and then they feel confident and they'll go on. So
well, it's just like mandolin. I've always loved the mandolin. love the mandolin. And so one of my kids just heard me say that and got me a mandolin one Christmas. And I called parents like, can you teach me to play mandolin? And so he's been helping me out with that. And you've got the coolest mandolin ever, though, that backpack mandolin. I love that thing. That is the coolest thing.
Still hanging in my office.
That is so cool. Have you had any other mandolin students?
I have. I got a banjo student.
Oh, fun.
That is fun. We did some alternate tunings yesterday. It was fun.
Okay. Yeah. I see. I love this. So, and Katy and Perry are both sponsors of the program now. They're on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we talk about Katy on Thursdays, but I end up talking about both of y'all both days. So let's just kind of unpack a good advertisement right now. We're going to continue to talk about all the music things, but if people want to get in touch with you guys, what do they need to do? What do they need to do? How can I say? Let's start with Katy, since she's not here. She's even doing real estate now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me all that she's doing.
Well, the real estate, of course, design, new home builds, remodels, all those things. She's part of the design, and
does a wonderful job. She
really does. It started, with just design, just going in somebody's bedroom and going, I think you should do that. And now we're like doing, like I say, remodels and contracting and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I heard you cut yourself.
Oh yeah, the little tip of me finger's gone. You were talking about about calluses now.
Yeah.
I need one really bad right there.
I know. Aiden goes, Miss Vivio, did you hear what Perry did? I'm like, yes, I did.
on the left hand of all places, yeah.
Because you need that finger. That's a real important finger too, when it comes to making chords.
Yes.
When he told me which one, I was like, oh, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt for a while.
You know me, though. I kept playing anyway.
I knew that. He told me you did, but I just thought that was so funny. But I love how you guys are working together. How long have y'all been married?
Oh my gosh!
I'm putting you on the spot.
You are putting me on the spot. We were together. I think at the moment we were together, we felt like we were together forever. So it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
Our 20th anniversary is coming up, but we've been married for 19 years. So,
but see, that's what I love about you guys, is how that you're walking through what you want to do from a dream. This is like what I'm dreaming to do, and you're doing it beautifully. It's going well, and you love each other, and it's just cool. You got this beautiful family, beautiful relationship, and I just think we need to hold that up. If you want to work with some really cool people, you need to reach out to the Miears.
Thank you.
And I've got to get Katy in. I have just, everything I'm wanting to do in my house is just kind of because of being in school and having to go to school. Once I'll be done with my educational program by Christmas. And so my world will calm down a little bit after I'm not having to go to school and teach school and all these things. But, I just can't wait to get her in there because I need some help.
Yeah.
My friend Tiffany Thompson, I hijacked her boys to help move some furniture. I was like, "Hey, can you come? I need some because mine have all moved away."
Yeah.
And I said, "I really need some help." We were moving some furniture, and she came out, and I had been teasing her about it. I said, "Yeah, my house is pretty eclectic. It looks like Dr. Seuss decorated it." And she's like, "Yeah, kind of does." She didn't say exactly that way, but she goes, "It is a little dated, LaVern." And I was like, "I know."
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I hear that a lot. With people. Well, it's dated, but you know what? We can fix that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've talked to Katy, and she's like, "We can use the things you love.
Mm-hmm.
We can keep those, and we can reimagine it, and make it new." That's what I love. I said, the Viking can't leave. My stained glass Viking has to stay. We'll work around it.
I would like to see that.
It's really cool. It's really cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. My husband's from Norway, Michigan. That's the town mascot.
Oh, yeah.
The Viking.
The Viking.
There's a Viking ship at the entrance. I found this at the flea market, probably 20-something years ago.
Wow.
It's been hanging in our window ever since. And it's just awesome. So that's Katy Did It Designs, and it's Katy with a Y. Designs with an S. You need to get in touch with her from all of it.
Oh my gosh, you can go on Facebook and just type in Katy Did It Designs and you'll find her on there with all kinds of pictures and things, and her website, befores and afters. You can call. Katy's cabinets now too. We're just going after it, man.
What?
We got
to me?
Well, we did so many kitchen remodels and ended up, needing cabinetry for those.
Yeah.
So we got in with a company, and we were using them for a while. And now we actually kind of have our own line of cabinets, so we're selling cabinets too.
That's fabulous.
It is,
Come on, let's do it.
Let's do it. These day and age, you've got to do everything you can to stay afloat.
Diversify.
That's right.
Diversify. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. It's working out really good because, like I say, there's so many kitchen remodels that, and like I say, we've sold them where some people are like, hey, we want to buy. So Katy, she's like so good at this stuff, but she'll draw out everything, on the graph paper. I don't know how to do all that, but she does all that and has it ready, and then goes, okay, here's the cabinets. She orders them for them and then gives that to them. And sometimes we put them in and do that part. Sometimes they do it themselves. Okay. So that's another service we offer. That's going really good.
That's cool. Well, and that's what I talked to her about, because we're kind of do-it-yourselfers. I know we're getting a new desk.
That's okay.
Walls, but
it's just me. I'm clumsy.
Well, me too. But but I had talked to her. We're do-it-yourselfers to some degree, and we're not doing anything major in our house. But there is one section of cabinets we're going to get rid of. So that's really interesting that you said that.
Yeah, they're soft close, drawers and doors. They're cool. Okay. Good cabinets. Cool. Good price. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I got to get with her. And talking, just get better. Get better. Because I know you are busy. Don't have time for her to be sick.
No, she won't let herself really be sick. Yeah. She's still working. She's just in her chair.
Oh, bless her heart. Well, I'll get in touch with her. But so Katy Did It Designs, all the things. All the things. And
Mr. Perry, all the things too. We now sell
guitars and gear.
We I just actually talked to Hal Leonard Publishing, and we're going to partner, and I'm going to supply anybody that wants music scores, any of their how-to books, all their stuff, their whole line. So I just got off the phone with them and emailed the lady. She's out of her office for the week, but we're going to get that started pretty quick. So
this is somebody that's writing and wants to publish.
No, Hal Leonard. Okay, Hal Leonard Publishing has been around forever, and they do how to play guitar books, Guitar Method, Piano Method.
Okay, the books.
Yeah, they're publishing.
Books. Okay, now I'm with you.
And they also happen to be distributors for a lot of different companies. So like Remo drums and Remo drum heads and Evans drums, Evans heads. You wouldn't believe how many lines that they handle. So now I'm gonna have that in my little bitty place. This is gonna be packed with stuff. Okay. But come on in and buy it, so I don't have to. Trip over it.
What are the hours that they can find you there? Because I know that's kind of...
It's been a weird thing.
Yeah, because you're trying to get all of it done. So
yes.
When can we catch you there?
But I finally got it figured out.
On the desk, because it's like...
I'm so sorry.
Sound guy.
Monday.
Sound guy.
Monday through... Hey, I can't... It's not right until I rattle a mic, right?
No, though. No, that's why I put those pads under them to try to muffle it, because...
You need a sign that says, do not hit...
Don't hit the pulpit. Don't hit the pulpit.
Bring your Bible. Pow. So Monday through Thursday, 10 to 8.
Okay.
10 a.m.
Monday through Thursday, 10 to 8.
There'll be somebody there ready to help you on your journey.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And they can talk to them if they don't catch you there, they can talk to you and let you know the schedule. So if I stop in and do you have somebody working then?
Oh yeah, Dancy. I don't know if you've met Dancy, but she's like the lady that does everything. Her boys they've been with me since I started.
Okay.
So her boys are both, one's a drummer, one's a bass player, and they have a band with my son. And so, she started working for us, and she's amazing. I wouldn't be able to do it without her.
So she could tell me what you have available as far as your schedule.
Oh yeah.
When do you typically teach? What are the, do you know right now, okay, I've got an availability on this time?
No.
Or it just kind of floats?
I don't know that just because it does fluctuate. Yeah. But I try to do, now summer's going to be a little different. I'm going to do Monday and Tuesday and just have those 2 days full for me for private lessons. Possibly Wednesdays. It depends on how many students I have. A lot of times in the summer, people will, go on vacation and stuff. So that's kind of weird. But normally Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Mondays, those are my main days. Thursdays.
What are the days of the band camp? How are the band camps?
Oh, the band camps.
Let's talk
yeah.
band camp because
also the first thing that's coming is the concert at
yes.
Yeah, at J. Travis
weekend, isn't it?
J. Travis Price Park. That needs to be a jingle.
Yeah.
J. Travis
this weekend?
No, it's the 18th.
Okay.
And it starts at 5.
Okay.
And it's going to be, of course, outside on their little stage area. We've been there before. Mm-hmm. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, go get tickets on our website.
It's so cool seeing these young people.
You will love
kiddos because they're some of these boys are graduating.
Great
high school.
music, yeah. Especially
they're
some
so
of the
good.
bands. Really, you're going to be like, wow, I just came to a concert.
Yeah.
And some of them you're going to be like, wow, cool. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
Really good if they keep it up. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really fun.
And it's just encouraging.
Supportive,
to them.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is so much fun.
Now to camps.
Yes. Now the camps. Let's talk camps.
So we've got 4 camps now. We got beginners camp and songwriting camp, which will be which will be in June. Those 2 camps. Yeah, you should come. You might be the oldest student, but who knows?
Yeah.
I'm the oldest student most of the time because I learn all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, songwriting camp and beginners camp will be in June. And you can go on our website again, www.mrperryspringfield.com, Mr. Perry's Springfield, all one word, .com.
Well, and then you also have a sound camp.
We're going to have sound engineering and recording. So those will kind of go hand in hand because there's a lot of mixing aspects on both sides.
I need to come to that too.
Yeah. There's so many, it's so easy to record nowadays. I mean, you can go into a big, fancy, nice, expensive studio, but you don't have to. You can do it at home. You can record some really great stuff. So we're going to teach people how to do that. And then advanced camp, like, speaking of Aiden, he came to the advanced camp last year and just kind of, by the end of it, he's like a sponge.
Yeah.
I teach him stuff and he's got it already. And I'm like, whoa. So he kind of helped me teach at the end.
Yeah, I can see that. And it's like, you were talking about, this is one point too that I want to kind of circle back to. We were talking about bringing kids in and maybe it'll be their thing, maybe it won't, or maybe it'll just be one of their things because that's Aiden.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things he does. He's also, he's touching engineering now. And I'm watching Coach White going, he's mine. Leave him alone, LaVern. You can't have him. Because he's so good at engineering. But then I'm like, he's been in AV2 this year, and I told him, I said, am I going to get you back? Because he's one of my anchors. He's really good in front of the camera too. But he really would rather edit.
Yeah.
He would rather edit, but I'm like, I really need you to get in front of the camera. Okay. You don't have anything for me to edit? I'm like, well, not at this moment, but if you go record it, then you can edit.
Get your handsome face over here in front of the camera.
You can record and then you can edit what you're doing. So, but that's the thing. Don't worry about your kid going, I'm afraid that's all they're going to want to do. Well, no, let them find their thing in one of their things. In this day and age, goodness, we can do so many different things, so many fun things.
And we should,
Yeah.
really.
I remind my kids all the time. I said, anybody who's telling you that the sky is falling, tell them, no, the sky's the limit.
Not. That's right.
The sky's the limit.
I love
there's
that.
so many.
Because you're so right. I keep seeing this,
so sick of it.
we're headed for 2020. I'm like, I don't even want to hear it.
No.
All you got to do is get out there and go.
Sky's the
go,
limit,
go,
man.
go.
Come on.
Yeah.
And I tell my kids that all the time. And I know that some of them are hearing a lot of politicals. And I love my country. I'm going to stay active in politics. That's not where I put my trust.
No.
And I know where you put your trust. You and I put our same trust in Lord Jesus Christ. And
Amen.
so, I'm just telling you, it's just a piece of knowing that I can confidently look at my kids and go, it's going to be okay.
It's going to be
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, even if the world does fall apart, hey,
Sky's still the limit, man.
Sky's still the limit.
I mean, is so much.
I love that. That's so true.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's not like, and I don't blame the politicians really.
No.
I blame the media for that. So that's all I'm going to say.
Well, and I've been a part of it. And I
yeah, but you're for truth,
Well, but nonetheless, I tell my students, I have been in the media since 1980.
Wow.
I mean, I'm, and so I do take some responsibility for it. Just like I take responsibility. I don't mind taking my part of the responsibility of maybe I could have said, hey, early
but
on.
you couldn't be bought to say
True.
something that isn't true.
And that is true.
Okay.
That is true. I'll be honest with you. I have a couple of times said no to something they wanted me to do, and I thought they're going to fire me. and they didn't. So there you go. Talk with
yeah,
Carrie.
Jesus taking care of us, huh?
That's right. I love it. I love it. I love that you and Katy are doing so well, and you're so
thank you.
busy, and that house is rocking. When do you Let me do my ad, and then I got to do a Veterans Motorplex ad, and then we're going to come by, and I want you to talk about what happens when the school semester starts, because you're on semesters.
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of wrapping it up, and that's what the concert's about, isn't it?
Right.
Really?
Right.
So let's kind of unpack that real quick, and then we got to do our contact stuff, and then we're going to have to go get to work. But we need to, I could easily, I wanted to get you guys in here for an hour, and I just didn't have a full hour.
That's all right.
But we'll get you back in. Veterans Motorplex, guys, they started racing this past weekend. Oh my goodness, it is racing season in Robertson County. Now, the truth be told, it's been racing season since March. They just haven't been able to have races. They've had rain. They were doing track improvements, and Jerry says, just keep telling them. We're getting there. We're getting there. And they were really afraid they were going to get rained out Saturday. And after, having to put it off, they got to run the race, and it was wonderful. They had a great time. Just a packed house, and everybody's so excited. It was a lot of fun, and they're just getting started now. They'll be racing at least through October. If the weather holds, they'll push it on into November because they missed some time on the racetrack. But it is a fast quarter-mile, high-banked asphalt bull ring, fun for the whole family. It is a family-friendly environment. That's what Jerry really wants to emphasize. A lot of racetracks, they sell alcohol. They'll let you bring it in. He goes, nope, it's not permitted. I remember him telling a story. Somebody, they knew they didn't have beer to sell, and so he just brought in his cooler, and Jerry's like, get it out of here. This is about bringing your families in and being comfortable. And so they have a great concession stand. They'll, you got everything you need except the alcohol, and it's a family-friendly environment because they got the kiddos back there serving you. A lot of my kids I've had in class have worked there. He gives a lot of them their first job. 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. A $40 ticket will get up to 8 people in. That's up to 6 kids and 2 adults for $40. You cannot beat that. It's a great deal. I had no idea how much fun it was going to the races. I went several times last year. I'm going to get out there just as soon as I can with my grandkids because I want them to experience. It is a lot of fun. You're going to be so excited to be at the races. Veterans Motorplex is the old Highland Rim Speedway. Follow them at Highland Rim Speedway. They kept that old social media presence because they had like 19,000 followers, of course. But you'll see the banner there, Veterans Motorplex. And when you get there, tell them you turned Cincha, Perry Miears. Let's talk about, we got Mr. Perry's Music. We got Katy Did It Designs. Katy Did It Designs, and Katy with a Y, Designs with an S. Those are the things you need to check out if you want to work with this wonderful family. The structure of the lessons during the school year works on the semester. Because I know when we first started the ads in the winter, we were saying, hey, it's time for come in, get in the semester because it works like a school semester. You're finishing that up, and then when will it start for the new semester in the fall?
Okay, so that'll be in August, probably.
Just as soon as school starts.
Yeah, pretty much when school starts. And we've got actually 2 new program levels. And so, we've had rock band where they meet once a week and they get together with their band and have their rehearsal. But we're also going to have Thursday 30-minute group classes. Ooh. Like music theory, songwriting. We're going to have some different ones. And so you can opt in for one, the next tier will be you get your band, and then on Thursday you can have one class. And then there'll be another tier where you can have 2 classes. So, yeah. And it's
I love that.
99, 149, and 199, which, most people get the 149 in the middle because it's such a good value. But yeah, and so we're going to start off in August, and we're already, getting people interested
that is awesome.
The fall semester.
I love the idea of that Thursday, just kind of getting together. Because there's a lot of times I just need to kind of hang out with a group and kind of go, oh, okay.
Yes.
And I'll pick things up. And that's when I'm talking about hanging out with the guys up at Epiphany. We Imperfect Few, that little band there.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I love them.
Yeah, and it's just like talking to them, the stuff I learned just listening to them. It is amazing. And so it's I cannot say enough about that collaborative time when it comes to music. It is a game changer.
We got to have a jam, too. We got to have a jam sesh where we can just, everybody that wants to, I've been wanting to do this forever. I just can't figure out a time. to do it, but we knew we need to do it and just get together. And just like you said, this person will know something that none of us know, and we'll learn something from them. And it, it's free. You just come in and jam and have a good time.
I love it. And get Rob to bring out, what do you call those? It looks like bongos, but they're big and huge.
Oh yeah.
What are those called?
There's no telling what he has.
He's an excellent drummer.
He is.
I would love for him just to teach us how to do a few beats on those things.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
I would love to because I've got pretty good rhythm. I don't see me playing drums. My grandson's interested in drums, but I could definitely do a few beats on those. I bet you.
That is a great idea.
I forget what he calls them, but they look like big bongos. And he has a word for it, but You got
congas and bongos and
I don't know what it is, but they're
djembe
huge.
or
djembe. They're huge. They're huge. And maybe that's what it is. That sounds familiar.
It's a really tall one, the djembe.
Yeah, I think so. I think that might
From the
be
south,
what
you might pronounce that D in there.
Okay.
Djembe, like I said.
I love it. Tell them, okay, we're out of time. You're just wonderful. But everything that they need to know about you guys, tell them how to get in touch with you, and then let's tell them again how to get in touch with Katy.
Oh, man, you can call me at 615-522-1155. You can email me at yourintheband, yourintheband, @gmail.com. You can also get all this information and everything on our website, which is www.mrperryspringfield.com.
Okay, and the hours that they can stop by and somebody will be there, 8 to 4.
10 to 8.
10 to 8. I'll say I have
8 to 4.
Oh, Lord.
8 to 4 to 10 to 12. Okay. 10 to 8. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Which is most of the time when musicians are alive and well.
Okay, but when is somebody at the shop, Mr. Harris? 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.?
Yeah,
is that what you said?
That's right.
Okay, I missed
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
Friday, I'm Miss Katying.
Okay.
Whatever Miss Katy has
Whatever she has for you to do. And how can they get in touch with Katy?
They can get in touch with Katy by Facebook. They can also get in touch through me.
Yeah.
They can call her at 525-5506, 615-525-5506.
And Katy Did It Designs.
Katy
with a Y.
And Katy's Cabinets.
Katy's with I gotta check out this.
Katy's everything.
You're everything. And we just love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the
thanks
show.
for having us.
Absolutely. And you tell Katy I said hi. We'll get her in here very soon, and we'll sit down and catch up real soon. But my goodness, good friends and just great folks to work with, whether it be music, whether it be something you need to do in your home. Katy and Perry Miears. Katy Did It Designs and Mr. Perry's Music. Go and see them, check them out, and tell them U-Turn sent you.
That's right.
Make sure they know where it came from. And thank you guys for joining us. Tomorrow we will have Stay Positive News coming in here. Rachel will be here, and we're going to be talking about their 1-year anniversary coming up very soon. Thanks for joining us. God bless. Have a wonderful day. This is 1100 WSGI.